with a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes.
Hey guys, I'm going for a bike ride today, and this is a really awesome bike ride. I'm really excited for this one because I'm going to the Old Pershing Highway. It's an old highway that was built in the 1900s by a general named General Pershing, and I've got my Trek Remedy 8 with me, and I'm going to be doing a speed test on the Old Pershing Highway.
Lord, forgive me, take me on down the river where the kids can't find a red-handed sinner, on where the grave can't cry out, 'cause I don't crawl down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger, and bullets on they try to find me, so take me on down. Take me on down. Well, I sank that body by the riverbank, caught a boat sap, took off like a hurricane, with spotlights, dogs, yeah, the whole 9 yards, of breathing down my neck and breathing hard. 2 weeks in a wild chase across the highways, mountains, over 7 states. Found a man at the harbor, said that he could take me across the ocean somewhere far away. Lord, forgive me.
I'm Ricky Myers, and today we're going on a mountain bike ride with my Trek Remedy 8. And I'm walking here, and as you can see, these interlocking bricks on this road, this is actually a really old piece of history. This is the Old Pershing Highway. This was built in the 1900s by General Pershing. And today we're gonna go for a rip on this Trek Remedy 8 and do a speed test on the Old Pershing Highway. As you can see, look at this road right here. What a beauty. This was built in the 1900s. It used to connect Daytona to DeLand, Florida, prior to them building the expressway. So it's quite the piece of history. So I'm gonna take a rip down it today and see how fast I can get going on this Trek Remedy 8. Before I go, I just wanna make sure I have enough air in my full suspension shock right here. I'm gonna check it out, make sure it's got enough, and it does. It's under 200, so it should be good. I got it locked out as much as it can, because this is just a flat ride. I'm not too concerned about going over any drops, jumps, or anything like that. So you want it locked out, your full suspensions. Here we go. I'm gonna get the blood flowing, and then we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna hit that Old Pershing Highway in a minute. Let's push-ups in. I can do 100 of those, get the blood flowing, and let's hit it. I'm biking right down the Pershing Highway. I just got in here. Look at this. This is a beautiful trail. Look at this road. Some of the bricks are a little loose, but do you think that General Pershing ever knew that in the future there'd be a warlord like me on the ultimate human-powered adrenaline machine like this, ready to tear up the Old Pershing Highway that he built? I don't think so. He never would have thought that in a million years. Getting my legs warmed up here. We're cruising along, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna hit it, but you can see how cool this is. This bike really isn't built for this kind of riding, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna be the first one ever to drive a Trek Remedy 8 on the Old Pershing Highway, and I'm gonna tear it up. I'm gonna run a couple of apps, Endomondo and Strava, so we can see how fast I'm gonna go. Okay, so you can see I got the 27.5-inch wheels on this bike, and I'm gonna run a couple of apps right now. I'm gonna get into Strava and Endomondo. Here we go. I've got my, gonna hit it. Okay, you can see I went for a nice little rip there. I'm on the Old Pershing Highway. It's riding pretty smooth. The bike doesn't fully lock out. It still flexes a bit, so that will slow me down. I don't have a lot of air in the front tire. I should have filled it up some more. I don't have my bike pump on me. Lesson learned, you got to bring your bike pump with you. So remember that for next time. I'm cruising down the Old Pershing Highway. You can see on this end it's a little beat up. You can hardly see the brick road anymore. It's pretty much all covered. You can still see a bit the shoulder that's coming up on the side to the right, but right now it's all buried over, so I'm just gonna cruise down here. I think we'll be able to see more coming up here in a minute, but let's talk about the bike for a minute. This is a Trek Remedy 8, 27.5-inch wheels. It's got the drop seat right here, it's got your gearing right here, and it's quite the machine. It's not really built for driving on the road. I would consider this slightly road. The shocks still have a little give even though they're locked out. When you're riding on this kind of terrain, you want to have your shocks completely locked out. That will give you more speed. So I tore it up pretty good over there. Went through the gears. I was in the lowest gear. I kind of had it maxed out. Still giving a little flex, but I'm back on a part where you can start to see the Old Pershing Highway again. Check it out. So we can see it right here. We can see the shoulder, and it's just nice to be on such an old piece of history. I'm here on my Trek Remedy 8. Look at this. And it's running pretty good. So you can still see there's parts of the road here, some interlocking brick, and it's pretty neat. But I'm just gliding over this stuff. Look at how smooth my bike is running. Like no problem. It's always nice to get out into nature and experience a nice piece of history. And this is definitely one of them. I can only imagine what it was like back then. Early 1900s. General Pershing built this as a roadway from Daytona to DeLand until eventually they built the railroad right around the corner. I can only imagine the traffic coming through here before. Just biking back. I can see my truck now parked right over there. I'm gonna come over to the truck and then we're gonna do a quick recap. I hope you liked that nice little rip down the Old Pershing Highway. We got up close to 30 miles an hour just on that little stretch there. Could have pushed it faster. I'm gonna put a little more air in my tires next time. I might even bring my hardtail out here. So if you like mountain biking, I want you guys to check out some of my other videos, some of my bike reviews. I have 4 mountain bikes, some of the best bikes there are. What makes me an expert is I have 10 years of mountain biking experience consistently. Remember, consistently is the key. So if you want any tips or you want to know about biking and you want my opinion, let me know. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you on the next great adventure. I just looked up how fast a mountain biker goes. I just Googled it. I went on the internet, and that's what you got to do. You got to research things to become an educated person. And I just looked it up. I'm going to read it for you for all my haters here. Average speed for a mountain biker is 10 miles an hour. Okay, it goes on to the different levels, but it says with peak speeds upwards of 30 miles an hour during downhill mountain biking riding. So I was going 26 miles an hour. I clocked it on Strava, and I think I could go faster than that on flat land. So I peaked out. I could go even faster, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Okay, I'm getting my legs warmed up a little bit. I'm on the... Fuck. Friggin' car comes down here just as I'm starting to video this thing.